Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at a nation literally in motion. We're going to unpack India's rapid modernization, its ambitious environmental shifts, and how all of that collides with preserving its deep, deep history. It's like a giant puzzle. To really understand the modern Indian landscape, you've got to see how it balances the aggressive push for the future with the realities of its past and its environment.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with unifying digital commerce. Then shift gears to pioneering geothermal energy, explore the push for responsible business, and finally, wrap things up at the historic Anasagar Lake. Let's dive in.
Section 1. Unifying digital commerce, strengthening the digital ecosystem.
Okay, let's kick things off with a quick micro-mystery to test your current affairs knowledge. Which organization recently stepped up to launch the E-Commerce Council of India, or the ECCI, in July 2026? Any guesses?
The answer is the IMAI, the Internet and Mobile Association of India. They basically saw a huge unmet need and created this first-of-its-kind national platform to unify what has historically been a pretty fragmented digital commerce space across the country.
And that right there is the whole point of the ECI. For the longest time, digital commerce in India was operating in these isolated silos. The ECI is designed to change that completely, acting as a dedicated bridge to foster real, tangible collaboration directly between the government and the industry.
Honestly, what makes this initiative such a game-changer is the sheer scale of the coalition. We're talking about policymakers sitting at the exact same table as major e-commerce platforms, top brands, and logistics providers. You've got tech firms working right alongside startups, exporters, and even academic institutions. It's a completely comprehensive, ground-up approach to digital growth.
Section 2. Pioneering geothermal energy, harnessing the Earth's heat.
So while the digital world is getting unified, physical infrastructure is drilling deep into some wild green technology. Let's see if you know this one. Where were India's first and deepest geothermal wells recently commissioned to support a carbon-neutral future? If you guessed the Union Territory of Ladakh, specifically the Puga Valley, you hit the nail on the head. This is a massive development. By tapping straight into the Earth's natural heat in Puga Valley, this project provides clean, renewable, round-the-clock energy. It's a historic stride toward India's grand vision of net zero.
To really wrap your head around the scale of this engineering feat, just think about this number: 1,000. They've drilled an astonishing 1,000 meters straight down into the Earth's crust to access that raw geothermal heat. It is an absolutely incredible achievement in extreme engineering.
But wait, it gets even crazier when you think about the environment they're in. They didn't just drill 1,000 meters deep. They pulled this off at a staggering altitude of over 14,000 feet up in the air. Drilling that far down while being that high up in the mountains of Ladakh, the logistical challenges are just off the charts.
In all those extremes, drilling 1,000 meters down and 14,000 feet up, they paved the way for the single powerful number, 1. This infrastructure is going to result in India's very first 1-megawatt geothermal power project. It's the crucial first step into a totally new era of round-the-clock renewable energy for the nation.
Section 3. Fostering responsible business, ESG for Viksit Bharat.
Transitioning from green energy to green corporate practices, we need to look at how businesses govern themselves responsibly. Where did corporate and policy leaders just gather for the highly anticipated 4th National Conference on Responsible Business Conduct in 2026?
That vital gathering happened right in New Delhi. It's a critical event because it pushes modern corporate governance, environmental stewardship, and social responsibility right to the front and center of the national conversation.
Behind the scenes, the conference was organized by the School of Business Environment and the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. Their main goal? Deeply embedding ESG practices, environmental, social, and governance. It's all tied to this vision of Viksit Bharat, or a fully developed India, making sure that as businesses scale up, their social and environmental accountability scales right along with them.
Section 4. The Anasagar Lake, History and Ecology.
Let's bring this explainer back down to earth with a very tangible example of where modern ecological challenges meet historical preservation. The Anasagar Lake has been all over the news lately. Do you happen to know which state it calls home?
It's located right in the city of Ajmer in Rajasthan. It's a stunning, very prominent artificial lake, incredibly famous for featuring this beautiful central island you can take a boat out to. But its beauty is really only half the story. The history, combined with some recent ecological events, is what's making headlines.
Let's trace how we got here, because the contrast is wild.
Construction on this massive artificial lake started way back in 1135 AD when they dammed the Luni River, which was historically known as the Lavonari River. By 1150 AD, the whole thing was finished by Arnoraja Chauhan. Fun fact, he was actually the grandfather of the famous Prithviraj Chauhan. Fast forward to 2026, and this ancient marvel of engineering is in the news for a much darker reason: the tragic mass death of a huge number of fish. It really shines a harsh spotlight on the severe modern ecological pressures our ancient water bodies are facing.
Which leaves us with this final, kind of provocative thought to chew on as you digest everything we've uncovered today. From unifying massive digital commerce ecosystems and drilling 1,000 meters for green energy to pushing corporate ESG and then seeing the real-time ecological strain on a 12th century lake, how can India successfully balance its rapid technological and economic modernization with its vital environmental and historical responsibilities? It's the absolute defining question for a nation hurtling toward the future, and I hope today's insights give you a clearer picture of that journey. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.